We've believed something that isn't true. We've mistaken our own identity. We believe we're not enough. Who you really are is unlimited, which means absolutely nothing has power over you. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. 'Cause I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. On July 26, 2023, I was still getting over a breakup when I wrote in my journal, life can be so difficult when you let the feelings and mistreatment of you by others dictate your self-worth. The Oxford Academic Journal article states that the poorer children evaluate their competencies, especially in comparison to those of their peers or to the standards of significant others, the more negative their self-esteem. We must heal the idea of self-worth we have built since childhood, because the inability to sufficiently appreciate who one is due to the criteria of one's peers and family can lead down a dangerous road. On September 23rd, 2023, I wrote, "The importance of my existence does not stem from the reflection in her eyes." So, through the prose of The Greatest Secret by Rhonda Burns, Tiny Beautiful Things by Cheryl Strayed, the poem Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou, and the research article What is Self-Worth and How Do We Build It by Courtney E. Ackerman, this program is all to say how you can and should believe in your worth phenomenally. Having a sense of self-worth means that you value yourself, and having a sense of self-value means that you are worthy. Self-worth is at the core of our very selves. According to the self-worth theory, self-worth is determined mostly by our self-evaluated abilities and our performance in one or more activities that we deem valuable. Here are 5 of the top factors that people use to measure and compare their own self-worth to the worth of others. 1, appearance. Whether measured by the number of the scale, the size of clothing worn, or the kind of attention received by others. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the red of my breast, the grace of my style. To who you know or your social circle, some people judge their own value and the value of others by their status and what important and influential people they know. You are the only one who determines your self-worth. If you believe you are worthy and valuable, you are worthy and valuable. Even if you don't believe you are worthy and valuable, guess what? You are still worthy and valuable. 3, what you do or your career. I've been involved with hospice. I've served on the board of directors of a nonprofit agency that provides services to survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. I've tutored students at a middle school, and I worked at an AIDS hotline. I worked full-time at a bagel shop. I should have learned a couple of languages, volunteered for some amazing nonprofit organization to make the world a better place, read a wider range of books, or started graduate school on a subject I'm passionate about. Lately, I've been asking myself what I've done with my life. The honest answer is not much. 4, what you achieve. As noted earlier, we frequently use achievements to determine someone's worth, whether it's our own worth or someone else's. Achieving goals is great, and it feels wonderful to cross off things on your to-do list, but it doesn't have a direct relationship with your worth as a human. 5, it doesn't matter what you do. What matters is you do it well and that it fulfills you. You're not a person who has to struggle from paycheck to paycheck. You're not a person who needs to prove yourself or who needs anybody else's approval. You're not a person who has to slave at a job you don't like only to die at the end of it all. Stop looking at your job, a new home, or a car for lasting happiness. Your age. You aren't too young or too old for anything. Your age is simply a number and does not factor into your value as a human being. Dear Sugar, I'll be 26 in a few months. I feel both young and old. Please tell me what I must do at this young old age to create a more meaningful life. Where do I begin? And what do I do with my profound regret over having squandered the first half of my 20s? From 25. Dear Sugar, I'm a 64-year-old man. Dear Sugar, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, the joint in my feet. I'm a woman. Phenomenal woman. That's, as noted above, it doesn't matter what other people think or what other people have done or accomplished. Your personal satisfaction and fulfillment are much more important than what others are thinking, saying, or your relationship status, whether flying solo, casually dating, or in a committed relationship. Your relationship status does not alter your worth. I have emotional needs too. I want to be loved and to receive love, to have someone there for me. My hunger for this is so great that I didn't have to be broken for him. Even though parts of me were, I could be every piece of myself and he'd love me still. My appeal did not rely on my weakness or my need. It relied on everything I was and wanted to be. Now we can look for happiness where it is instead of where it isn't. You can't stop looking to your partner or children for lasting happiness. Your happiness is within the real, unchanging you. No one can give it to you. Let's consider Amy. Amy's not particularly good at running and has never placed in a marathon. She's a slow reader, only answers about 10% of the trivia questions right, and leans on her friends' knowledge quite often. Despite all this, she knows that her worth as a human is not dependent on her ability to run, play trivia, or make new friends. According to author and self-growth guru Adam Sosinski, there are 5 vital exercises for developing and maintaining self-worth. 1. Increase your self-understanding. The very moment we believe it is true, it becomes a belief stored in our subconscious mind. And from that moment on, that belief operates as an automatic program in our subconscious. And it must project itself in the world and continue to prove itself to be true. 2. Boost your self-acceptance. It's deciding you won't allow it to continue to be a barrier between who you are now and who you want to be. It's understanding that what you call regret might truly be something else. You must forgive yourself, even though there isn't a ding-dang thing you need for when it comes to how you spent your 20s so far. It's believing me when I say you have not wasted a day. 3. Enhance your self-love. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to fit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride in my step, the curl of my lips. 4. Recognize your self-worth. When you fully recognize who you are, you will have a life without problems. False ideas and beliefs will dissolve. In their place will be clarity, happiness, joy, peace, infinite fun and wonder. You will know you are safe and secure no matter what. 5. Take responsibility for yourself. I had to do something scary so I could find my courage. I had to do something hard so I could know my strength. I had to do something alone so I could see who I was. 25. I woke up to the realization that if it was true, as you so concisely put it, that my life was going nowhere and the reason it was going nowhere was me, then it was also true that only I had the power to change it. No one could do it for me. I had to do it myself, wildly. As will you.